went to Mexico last summer for my 21st birthday, obviously. And we were there with some friends. Well, one morning we got up, there was, you probably don't remember this because why would you know this? But anyway, there was a huge hurricane blowing into Cabo right there, right? And that's right where we were. And so a few days leading up to it, I have never been somewhere where a hurricane is coming in, but it's terrifying. Like the waves, they had all these huge construction machines and they were building up these huge tall sand forts like around the whole place, because what would happen is the waves would get so high, they would literally leap from the ocean and shower your body in the pool. That's how intense the waves were. And so we got up one morning and we were slated to go surfing. Has anyone here ever tried surfing? Oh, God, and you're alive. Listen, I have done a lot of crazy things. I mean, I've gone skydiving. I've done like the whole thing, and surfing, I don't think I can ever do it again. And maybe it's because there was a hurricane blowing in, but still. So I got up that morning and I was like, okay, so who's going? Y'all, they all bailed on me. None of them wanted to go. And I looked at my husband, I was like, babe, come on, like we have to go. And he's like, all right. So we get there and he looks at me and he says, you know what? I'm actually just gonna take photos and videos of you. And y'all, in the moment I was like, how sweet and selfless. What a giver. He knows I would want footage documenting this event. And I was like, what a great idea, thank you. That's so kind of you. So I go out. Now, the waves are so bad that I didn't know this was not the norm, but the teachers are actually holding on to the back of your surfboard, okay? I didn't realize that normally they just send you out. So he says to me, listen, when you go out, the current is gonna take you out, it's gonna pull you out, and you're gonna paddle over, and it's gonna push you back in, okay? Now he would later tell me that that was also because there was a riptide, and had he used that word, I probably also would have stayed out and taken photos of other strangers, but he didn't. He wisely chose not to use that word. And so we went out, y'all, and the first time in, I mean, I don't even make it up on my knees. Like I make it up on one knee and I go under. And I mean, it pulls me under. I am under. I have 1 foot attached to the board and I'm trying to claw my way to the top. And the more that I try to claw, it just keeps pushing me. The current just keeps pushing me back under. I mean, I'm like, well, this is it. And it's all on video. I mean, this is the end. So I come back up and I'm like, and the guy's so calm, right? I'm like, did you just see me dying? Why were you not trying to save me, you know? And he's like, take a breath, you're fine, you're fine. Okay, we go back in. I was like, I am not going back out again, that's it, it's done. I hate surfing, throw me out of an airplane, I'm not doing this again. And then, here's what peer pressure will do. This legit 21-year-old and her cute little bikini, I'm in like my skirted suit, you know, with my fried chicken. And this little 20-year-old, like, her first time out, you know, she comes out and the riptide's like pulling her back and she just literally is like, like her hair's blowing. I'm pretty sure she was playing a recorder, you know, like just, and coming in. And I was like, she comes in, I said, oh, you've been surfing, like you're a surfer. No, it's my first try. I was like, yeah. Oh. Okay. So look at that, and I was like, I'm going back out. And so I said to the guy, now listen, I want to try it again, but I did almost die, and I'd rather not carry that out to completion. So do you have any more tips? And he said, when you get out there and the waves knock you off, if you will literally just let your body float to the top and stop fighting against it, your entire body will just rise to the surface. When you're trying to claw and fight and reach for whatever you can, it literally keeps pushing you back under. Don't do that. Just stop and take a breath and you'll come right back up. I was like, this man's cuckoo. He has no idea what he's talking about. We all know that you have to claw back up. So when we went out, I did exactly that. And I floated right up to the top. And I went out again and again and again. And the picture that I want to say to you, my last thought that I want to say to you, is that when you are drowning out there, y'all stop trying to grab for whatever you can grab at. whatever tools you can grab for, whatever people that you can grab at. Stop trying to claw your way to the top. If you would just simply take a deep breath and reach for God, that becomes your knee-jerk and your go-to reaction, you're always going to rise back up to the surface because he's going to always give you enough hope that you can overflow with it. That is how we are able to find actual happiness and joy in God. It's a different kind of surface happiness. It's not a circumstantial happiness. It's a satisfying happiness. It's a deeper kind of joy that when we're actually able to have our hearts transformed and changed, and we can start seeing things from Jesus' perspective. Y'all, you're not going to find joy in that tantrum in your kid's behavior. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm saying that when you start doing these things, you're going to start finding joy, not in the face of your kids or in the face of your husband or in the face of life. You're going to find it in the face of Jesus. And there is no greater joy or happiness than what can be found in that. Let me close this in prayer.